Well, the major emphases in the safety and health area are bicycle safety, drug and alcohol safety and awareness, home safety, and a little first aid. All of these are designed to give kids the knowledges, skills, and behaviors that they'll need, that are critical to their own personal safety as they become adults. These kids, as we know, these kids will be driving cars one day, and we feel there's a strong probability that they will wear seat belts, for example, if they're taught about helmet use of bicycles at this age.
Well, in the past, over the past 4 years, I've been doing a lot of computer work in the summer, workshops like this, using Apple and IBM computers. The focus of those projects were on using what was available to get at creative thinking and what I call convergent or logical thinking, and trying to find as many good packages as what's available. Now with a Macintosh environment like this, kids can be more active. It automatically comes using a mouse, and we can try and get kids to really get involved in doing with computers. And now we're gradually building a lot of programs for literacy, reading and writing things, and collaborative learning. That's the focus, is really to get kids to work together and think about literacy. They're creating knowledge bases and learning how to read and write without realizing it. And that's, I think, the nice thing about this project is we're doing a lot of thinking skill related things, but we're doing it kind of in through the back door, that you don't really have to focus in on that like we had to in the past. We don't have to get a special package to do that. With a Macintosh, with the different packages that are available now and the type of hardware that we've got here, it comes somewhat automatically, and kids overcome anxiety and become more self-confident in themselves using it. But I want to expose them to a wide variety of these things so that they get a feel for, hey, I can be successful across a lot of different packages. So, thanks.
Thinking about something other than baseball and swimming might have been difficult for some kids over the past several months. But it wasn't for the hundreds of 7 to 13-year-olds who took part in Project Yes this summer in Wheeling. The 6-week multidisciplinary program went far beyond the bounds of the traditional day camp. Teens served as mentors or role models for the group. Faculty members from West Virginia University brought certain academic skills to the kids.
And then, of course, you know, we have a component of the program where we just teach life skills, coping skills, problem solving, and that type of thing. And that, in my opinion, is what makes this program so unique, that these kids can have fun, they can enjoy themselves during the summer, but learn some academic skills, and hopefully go back to this classroom in the fall much more, better prepared.
What did the kids do?
We learn about bicycle safety, nutrition, stuff, and we use computers and have special guests every day. And it's a lot of fun, and it keeps me occupied in the summer.
Using funds from the Governor's Drug-Free Community Program and West Virginia University, the weekday activities happened here, a refurbished house now known as the Learning Center in East Wheeling. Those team mentors who guided the youngsters benefited too.
By working with the younger age group, it has installed within me a great deal of patience, because they're younger and you need to take out a lot of extra time to explain certain things with them and to participate in things with them. When I'm kind of impatient, but I think I'm doing well because I'm learning to become a lot more patient with these kids.
This drop-in learning center has helped these disadvantaged youths gain certain skills that have sent them back to this fall's classrooms better prepared. But local residents and city officials credit the project with doing even more. They say it's changed both the look and the attitude of their hometown. This is Jack Johns reporting for the West Virginia University Extension Service.
Dignitaries as well as East Wheeling residents were on hand to recognize what for many had been just a dream. 2 years ago, the East Wheeling Learning Center was a dream of some residents. Today, it stands as a symbol of the reality of people working together for a common cause. Today's formal dedication ceremony was attended by West Virginia Governor Gaston Caperton and First Lady Rachel Warby. Also there was West Virginia Banking Commissioner Jimmy Page. Jimmy, the governor, as well as hundreds of local people, have been wondering for a long time what they could do to help the young people in East Wheeling. Well, through the Learning Center, they believe they found the answer. We started out in this old building, a lot of doubts on a lot of people's parts whether we would make it or not. But the community came together, not only from this community, but from all over this city, and have helped us to put this learning center together. I think one of the things that I'd mentioned before was that when they were working, no one asked why we were doing this, but they kept on working. And when we saw those children coming down on June the 23rd, and coming down Cherry Street, Lynn Street, and from all over the place, and we were expecting 50 or 60 people, and all of a sudden we had 112 people, then we knew the answer to the question why we were doing it. It's such a beautiful thing to see young people being able to get the type of basic education that they'll need.
The first program offered this summer is Project Yes, which stands for Youth Enrichment Services. Its creator, Dr. Floyd Jones, a West Virginia University professor, says the program is designed to enhance children's self-esteem and reduce dropout rates in schools.
As much time as we can spend giving them fun things to do that are constructive, recreation, physical education, health. Also give them this academic computer technology, computer-based literacy. Also focusing on this leadership or life skill development, you know, the coping skills, decision-making, those kinds of things. And we really hope to see that the kids not only want to come to the Learning Center on their own doing school for after-school programs, but that they do better in their schoolwork and they feel better about themselves.
This is fun playing on computers.
Are you learning some things?
Yes,
What do you think about this place?
it's fun. I think it's learning and it's fun to learn stuff.
Is this going to help you in school, you think?
Yeah,
Do you come here every day?
yeah.
Why?
So I can learn new things.
Would you rather be here than playing outside someplace?
No, I'd rather be here. I learned you can do mathematics and a lot of stuff on the computers and stuff.
What grade are you in school?
Fifth.
Is this going to help you think?
Yeah,
Tell me why.
because you need, sometimes some people need help in math, and they can come here and it teaches them a lot.
It's pretty good young people up there. Couldn't dampen this.
Project S was written by Dr. Floyd Jones from the University, West Virginia University, and it's YES stands for Youth Enrichment Services, and that's what we plan to do this summer, enrich the youth. They're going to have computer classes, self-esteem classes, bicycle and safety, arts and crafts, and we'll be going on field trips and just having a lot of fun here at camp this summer.
Great. And if anybody wants to get involved, what can they do?
They can come to the Learning Center tomorrow, June 24th at 9, or they can call the Extension Service and leave their name and say what they would like to do.
He said leave it. Cool! Are you taking dew point or good temperature? Is it higher?
We just look up weather maps and we get our weather for the day. We each got different places, like Atlanta, Georgia.
Now, are these ready for me to look at?
Yes.
Have you had a partner check them for spelling, punctuation, factual data?
Oh.
Yes?
Well, you had it was on. There. Oh, I did. Right. Then quick. We're scared of tires. What are we doing here? Your map on it. Your map might pick up the whole car. Do you have a button on car 4, Mark, to bring you to this car? No. Well, that was what we need to work out.
Go to Media Tech.
Back here in the weather office, lots of data coming in, and that's how we put together the weather forecast using the different computers and graphic systems. We'll go into that in detail at a later date. But for now, good luck with what's happening in the weather this week in your daily studies.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you working on?
I'm designing a spaceship for our project.
Ah.
Mr. Harrison's right. You did talk.
Uh-oh. Then we have the CNN one, though. I know, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Color. Yes. A-L-I-X. So that means how does he know that you do X? How does he know red?
Interactive weather matters.
Interactive weather matters. What do you do? Right down the around. Right. Why don't you know what? Read it. Did you make a prediction? Yes. What's the weather today? You didn't read it? Read it first before you do any printing. What did you think it was going to be?
I chose the precipitation map. You click on them and it'll tell you, it'll pull up that. Right now we're down in Salt Lake City. Yeah. After that, I'm gonna be. We're now in Salt Lake City. There. Mine's Phoenix. Phoenix. What? I'm gonna do California. Here we go. His Miami. Mine. I'm doing it. So far, don't go.
You have to write the question and answer this question. And the answer has to be right. Either your group has to be right. Yes, he did.
Texas.
We have a camera and then the person who has to
December 13th, 11 a.m. 13 a.m.
What location in the U.S. has the lowest temperature at the time you check?
I'm going to Bismarck, Texas.
See, you look at this. See how it's written up here? Whoa. You put it on here.
Shouldn't have went to
I don't know, but I know for the West. I thought something he had some kind of punctuation of Earth. No, you have to take that. Here we go.
What do you mean, like the banana swap with that?
Now mine's
No.
come up.
Oh, no, not me.
You have it. When you come on over, I want you to hear it. You got to get up and let him do his first.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, go ahead. When
It's my turn. I didn't do that on yours.
So what does that mean? What is all that stuff?
It's kind of like blizzard is coming in. It's kind of like the blizzard. It's naked.
Oh.
You can't show this to anyone.
So is that Mars? Or,
No, it's Earth.
Earth.
See, there's North America.
It's North America. Oh, okay.
It's kind of like, look, now we're going to Indianapolis. Yeah, we're going to Indianapolis. I want to do Phoenix. That's my city. Oh, stop being greedy. I get a pig then. Don't you guys before that Island is Romania. Franklin. I want to see Madison, Marion. We're close to, remember how this afternoon, mostly sunny, highs upper 30s. Saturday, chance of snow or rain north, chance of rain south. Lows in the middle, 20s to around 30s. Highs in the middle, 30s north to the middles, 40s south.
And today we're talking about weather maps. So for today, we're going to show you our weather maps for today. As you can see, it's going to come up.
Good.
Here we go. Now here's our maps. As you can see, I'm getting ready to pick my map out.
You may go and sit down. Whatever I'm doing,
It looks like you got some mail.
okay, and if it's not yours, get anybody that you recognize in our classroom. Okay. Do you recognize anybody? What's wrong with you? You better scoot over here.
Are you ready?
Hello, I'm Susan Watts, and I'm Honey Chum. Reporting live from New York. This is Dateline.
This is the end of our weather.
Yeah, and then we can fill in these spots.
Weather
Yeah, but
thingamajigger. This is the end of our weather. This is the end of our weather station for today. This is the end of our weather for
Meteorologist. Do we want to put our names? Let's put our names under Colorado. Mickey Mouse. Why don't we like color those things?
Where's the T? Okay, decide what you want to say.
They are scanning a picture out of a book.
That was we didn't title it. It was hot. That's not what we titled it. Somebody did. Somebody titled the sound, but that
was good. Yeah. Shouldn't we make the spell right? We need to spell Michigan right.
Yes, I agree. Let's, yes. Did you mention that a Christmas tree is Michigan's national?
Well, we got it up there. It says on it that...
You have science with me today, go to science tomorrow, and then we're going to finish up the next two after vacation. You can't get it all done this week. To do it right, you need a whole class period to work on these projects. One project, one group is going to be table number one. You're going to work at the computers, table one, and you're going to do email first. You're going to check both computers for your Weather Pals. Please do Weather Pal responses first. Just a minute. Okay, some of you have already done it. Check your Weather Pals. Is that pretty long?
You might want to edit that. Okay, that's okay. You might want to edit that so it looks right. You can't edit right now because your keyboard isn't there. Your message is done. Now watch, Jenny. That's right. Bing bong. Do it.
Mine. Yeah. You're supposed to be writing your prediction. 31st and New Year's Day so that you can type those on the computers over there. Yeah. No, you're going to type today. If I can get you in there.
And
Oh, yeah, okay.
is
Neat.
a map of California, and I got it from USG Graph on our Mac, and this is my city. And I'll go back to the first card. And now we pull. This makes a noise. Okay, we'll go to the next card. And here's some of the weather part.
Cold in the winter. Ah. Uh-huh. But how warm? How cold?
It's coming.
Okay. Did you hear that spring? I think a spring shot out somewhere.
Boing. Keep going here. Next. Oh, it's somewhere back here, the weather. It was way back.
Let's go back. Now let's go all the way through.
Okay, let's go through it one time. See if there's anything else we need to change.
This is
And then you can read this.
Hello, this is Fred.
Whenever we go to this next card, this new button that we just made,
reporters.
it said it makes the sound that we did before, that we had made a long time ago.
Michigan's annual precipitation is 31 inches. Here's Nathan. January
We were hot.
Thank you for tuning in to WRY.
Oh.
Welcome to PT Weather. Let's look at the U.S. weather maps with Liz Moll. In the northwest area will be snowy with low temperatures. Southern area will be mostly cloudy. Texas has sunny, is one of the sunny states, and the only rain is in California. This is a very dreary day as proven by the major snowstorm in Wisconsin and Oregon. It is also raining in California. That is being caused by the low pressure system. Down in Arizona it is partially sunny. It will soon get rain because of the low pressure rain system coming through California and Arizona. In Texas it is partially cloudy near El Paso. It is sunny in the southern midwestern part of the country, and it will be warm there. In the middle midwestern part, it is partially cloudy with chances.
Hello.
Chapter 1.
What grade are you in?
Jeremy's class.
Jeremy's class. Oh, okay.
By way of introduction to this tape, I'd like to show you how we've modified a word processing system to allow writers to prompt themselves. Most word processors allow for the display of 24 lines of text on a screen. What we've done is modified the screen and allowed for 20 lines of text to be displayed in the composition and allocated 2 lines for the prompts. When a writer prompts themselves in this system, the prompt appears in these bottom 2 lines. The prompts are located via a template that sits at the top of the keyboard. The generative prompts are on the left-hand side and correspondingly on the left-hand side of the keyboard. The evaluated prompts are on the right-hand side and correspondingly on the right-hand side of the keyboard. We've also authored a series of think sheets that allow the students to go through and check off the prompts that they've used. This serves to reinforce or scaffold the learning. It is our hope that the students will internalize the prompts and use them as a partner in their composition. The students will be tested at the end of the series to see to what extent they internalize them. What we're going to do for this session is initiate the keystroke playback of the second session of a two-session composing effort. The text from the first session is being scrolled through, and the writer is making basically surface level changes. The writer at this point decided to prompt, in that our research also is looking at college-age students. We're using the text from one of the college writers for this demonstration. Most of the changes that are being made now are surface level. Coming up shortly is a particularly rich prompting sequence. In fact, here it is. The prompt reads, read the first and last sentences to each paragraph. Does the first sentence introduce and the last one transition the paragraph into the next one? It may be hard for you to see, but what the writer does is go up and goes to the end of this paragraph, and that the ending sentences, groups can be especially helpful when there is a part of the paper that you know needs help. You can ask your group for help and suggestions. Together, you can clear up the problems. Then she transitions into the next paragraph. Groups can provide fresh ideas and insights. There, that being a sequence where the person prompted themselves, went up into the text, made the meaningful changes, and then went on with the composition. What's nice about the system we've proposed is that the technology is already in the field. Most full-featured word processors can support a prompting system like the one we've developed. All we've done is apply good pedagogical strategies to technology that already exists. Most teachers we've shown this to are very enthusiastic. For our own efforts, we're trying to develop more prompting strategies across rhetorical domains, which we will test in the future.